Howdy. There has been a quake yesterday. I was thinking about making a video, a report, or whatever you want to call it, about it. I didn't. Main data source Norsar, they don't tell us anything. Other sources, University of Helsinki, tell us it was probably a 2.3 at 1 kilometer in depth. We have 2 user reports. What do they say? Weak shaking, rattling, and vibrating. Eno, Joensuu. So I'm somewhere here located where this dot is. So this is not too far away from here. Just to show you a few things. The plasma rock site is here, somewhere at the shore. Then we have this river which goes quite like zigzag to this bigger lake. And here we have Koli. Let me show you on terrain. There is a rather large hill, which is very interesting. This is very interesting. I have been writing about this in my paper. There is some elevated geothermal potential at this Koli region. There is a cave, and it's said about the cave that in ancient times there has been a witch. Ukko Kinolainen was his name. And the witch was so mighty it could make the water boil which comes from the ground. So I think there is probably more truth to that story than many could imagine. Since, like I said, we have geothermal potential or elevated geothermal potential there. There is nothing really visible here at the site of the quake. Maybe, as we can see here, there's some water rain driving or going into that direction. Another one is going into that direction. So maybe that's somehow in the middle of that or those. But the reason why I make still a video about that quake, not only it was like, there are not too many quakes here in Finland, and let's put this to that side. News! The earthquake shook houses in North Karelia. The Institute of Seismology confirms the suspicions of an earthquake. The earthquake is reasonably large for Finns. Yeah. How beautiful landscape, check it out. Good luck. You know, onni means good luck. But it's a name here. Good luck, Kari. Yeah, that's Google Translate, so that's always a little bit sketchy at least. But so don't blame me for bad English. You can blame me for bad pronunciation of whatever stuff comes across, but anyway, the strong bang heard in Eno in North Karelia on Tuesday evening was an earthquake. Seismologist Kari Kominaho from the Institute of Seismology tells Iltalehti. Reasonable sized for Finns, says Kominaho. The seismometer measured the magnitude of the earthquake at 2.4 magnitude. The exact time of the earthquake was 22:11:49, according to the automatically updated situation map of the Institute of Seismology. The windows rattled. A native of Karja, whatever that means, told about the loud bang heard in Eno's church village late on Tuesday evening. The windows were rattling and it felt like the house would collapse. The people of Eno told the newspaper. According to another person interviewed by KARELIA, which is a paper, the bang would have shaken houses and been noticed as far away as Ilomantsi. Seismic waves are caused not only by earthquake but also by explosions and collapses. Seismologist Kominaho also had time to suspect what had happened as a quarry explosion. The event was identified as an earthquake in the morning analysis. Earthquakes are not rare in Finland, Kominaho says, but a magnitude 2.4 is reasonably large for Finns. However, earthquakes of this magnitude do not cause material destruction. Yeah, there has a Quake 2.4 and it's in the news. Now let's just have a look at this very beautiful landscape. Yeah, what a picture they figured out to take. Yeah, Quake. But there has been also another thing I have been stumbling across today, which is this. Iisalmelainen Pekka Honkakoski on löytänyt Suomesta yli 100 uutta kalliomaalausta. Täältä tuhansia vuosia vanhat teokset näyttävät. Yeah, probably you don't understand anything, so we use again. Translate. Now you can see how I'm doing it. Translating these, it's no magic. You just push on the translate button. Ta-da! Pekka Honkakoski from Iisalmi has found more than 100 new rock paintings in Finland. This is how the works that are thousands of years old look like. There's a video. I recommend you to watch the video, it's very interesting. Pekka Honkakoski from Iisalmi has found more than 100 new rock paintings of parts of paintings in the course of 2 years with the help of the image processing method developed by NASA. Archaeologists have been using the method abroad for years, but in Finland it has not been used to this extent before. The rock paintings located by Honkakoski have been found with the help of special photography and an image processing method developed by NASA, the US Space Administration. Although I'm a hobbyist, the purpose was purely scientific, to find new pictures, and they were found, Pekka Honkakoski says on the phone. Pekka Honkakoski found a total of more than 100 new rock paintings or parts of paintings from Suomussalmis Hossa Värikallio, Lauka Saarakallio, and Mikkelis Astuvan Salmi. These are just names of places. Through the internet, I found out that a system developed by NASA for satellites has been used abroad for 10 years with which you can emphasize color in a different way. The red color is not strengthened, but the standard deviation is calculated for the points of the image and the image as edited with standard deviation, Pekka Honkakoski says. He is describing himself as an explorer. Paintings 4,000 to 7,000 years old. The largest and oldest man-made rock paintings in the Nordic countries are around 4,000 to 7,000 years old and very dim due to their age. This is how Honkakoski describes a new method for accentuating colors. Maybe I butchered that word, but first is the original image and then the red image calculated using standard deviation. The slightly darker image is made with the help of a slightly different standard deviation, and then based on them, a line has been drawn around what might have been in it. Finally, a black line that it could have been like that. What a sentence. Archaeologists have been using the method abroad for years, but in Finland it has not been used to this extent before. These algorithms intended for space exploration are not in very general use. Very faintly distinct images can be confirmed with a computer, and you can see details that cannot be seen with naked eye, says Antti Lahelma, university lecturer in archaeology at the University of Finland. In the future, this will help to find a lot of new destinations and details of all destinations that have not been seen before, Lahelma believes. Painters of the pre-Finnish ancient peoples. In terms of archaeology, the creators of the paintings can be said to represent the Kermic culture. Yeah, I'm still coughing. But I don't want to share this with you. And I try not to cough while reading. But anyway, I would believe that they are in some sense the ancestors of today's Finns and also the Sami people. Some kind of distant pre-Finnish ancient people, says Lahelma. What are those paintings made of? They are made with red mud paint. It is the same pigment that is traditionally used to paint our houses. Iron oxide has been obtained from lake ore or marsh ore and ground into a powder. Ground? Yeah, I think I haven't seen this kind of petroglyphs from Finland. Yeah, I probably haven't seen all of them, which is very likely possible. But this is one which is very interesting. But anyway, let's continue reading. Something has probably been mixed into it to make it more rustic. For example, bird's eggs or fish entrails. There is no certain information about this, and we are at the very beginning of the research. The pigment is known, but the binder is not. So, what do the rock paintings depict? Now let me just scroll up quickly. There should be a date when this has been made. Is there? April 15th, 2021. So that's some 1.5 years old. Rather fresh. So let's go back down. Somewhere here. So what do the rock paintings depict? I myself am convinced that the pictures tell about people's world of beliefs and worldview, and to some extent about dreams, wishes and visions, says university lecturer in archaeology Antti Lahelma. According to the archaeologist, things are expressed in rock paintings through simple and difficult to interpret symbols. The paintings are more ambiguous than a superficial inspection would reveal. There are a lot of meaningful details that start to take shape when you study them at length. Pekka Honkakoski, the discoverer of rock paintings, welcomes the rock painting boom. So obviously, Pekka Honkakoski is very eager to know more about these things. You can watch these from home via the internet much better than on site. People may have new ideas about what that could mean. That is, the boom is quite welcome. So, university lecturer Antti Lahelma considers the method used by Honkakoski to be reliable. He also says that I myself am convinced that the pictures tell about people's world of beliefs and worldview, and to some extent about dreams, wishes and visions, says university lecturer in archaeology Antti Lahelma. So now, just for the science, I wanted to share my own paper I wrote totally alone. It has many English language mistakes and whatsoever stuff in it, I guess. And there are people involved in this journal from USA, Italy, Japan, Mongolia, and the USA and Australia. And if we go down somewhere, we will stumble across my paper, which starts here. Plate tectonic issues, the influence of electricity in rock forming processes, and the coherent connection between science, mythology, and history of Finland. Then we go down a bit in my paper. There's about cupstones and all these kind of things I have been writing. Cupstones here in Finland. Geological formations. But also, further down, we will stumble across rock paintings in Finland. These are some pictures from the plasma rock site. And there is also one carving at the plasma rock site, which looks like that. And it could be that it's representing, at least partially, the planet Venus. I don't know. But so does nobody else. There's lions coming across here, and thunderbolts, more thunderbolts, heavenly pillars, pirate instabilities, Jacob's ladder and stuff, petroglyphs. Anti-Lahelma, touch of red. And here is Antti-Lahelma. University lecturer, Antti-Lahelma. Antti-Lahelma, touch of red in 2008. We have squattermans here. Several. Examples of different types of human figures in Finnish rock art. A. Two dot-headed anthropomorphs with raised hands and legs crossed. All right. B. A phallic, question mark, male with a dot-shaped head. C. A human figure with a triangular head. D. Which is this one. A human figure with a ring-shaped head and halo. E. Horned anthropomorph with a ring-shaped or triangular head. And F. A female figure. And this was made in 2008. And beside it, on the same page, just side by side, 2003, the paper was actually made 20 years or something earlier, but it didn't surface public knowledge because it was kept secret. That's the work from Anthony Perret, Reoccurrence Sea Pinch Aurora, recorded in antiquity. So here we have the proof that we have those squattermans all over the world. And they are representing plasma instabilities. And there is more plasma instabilities. Like here, also Anthony Perret, it's from the same paper, I guess. The owl. Isofolds from a portion of the graphical solution of the Chandrasekhar Fermi equations. And also the petroglyphs. which are found all over the world, even in Eastern Island. And the Finnish University, special branch of the University of Helsinki. I just wanted to bring this forth, and since making videos is just a part of what I do, I've been writing to people about this. I've been writing to Antila Helma. Once again, it's actually the third time I think I write to him. And I still haven't got any answer or opinion or reaction or whatsoever. But since I think this whole topic is very important, even more important when understanding in which times we live with the Earth's magnetic field weakening, pink auroras, now NASA also confirming dust in our solar system and all these kind of things. This kind of knowledge should be really spread as far as possible. It is interesting that there has no or very little comparison happened in the interpretations of the Finnish petroglyphs with other sources of information. Yeah, that's something which is really interesting, because there has been at least 5 years' time between those two papers in order to make any comparison and learn about them. But it didn't happen. Two dot-headed anthropomorphs with raised hands and legs crossed. Yeah. It's very interesting. Planting seeds all the time. Let's see if they respond. But anyway, quakes and archaeological findings in Finland. Thanks. Bye.